Well, we're here at Lakeside. There's a car show and there's some rides. Looks like kiddie rides. We're going in. Hi, my adrenaline junkie Rockstar friends. We visit this historical and impressive amusement park. Lakeside was originally named White City, situated by Prospect Lake, nicknamed Lake Rhoda, and the Denver Tramway, making it a trolley park. To be sold to Adolph Zane, a Denver brewer. The name changed to Lakeside with over 100,000 lights and the Tower of Jewels.
I don't like it.
To be sold to Benjamin Krasner in 1935 and now ran by his daughter, Rhoda. The oldest amusement park is in Bristol, Connecticut, an amazing park, many attractions, opening in 1846. At one time, each ride had its own ticket booth, now mostly used as storage. And we will see these booths as we walk around. For the most part, the park undergoes yearly inspections. The rides are old and shabby, but a feeling of nostalgia. There have been a few accidents during the park's 100-year-plus opening. These are only a few of the impending lawsuits against the park. Lakeside owner is not commenting. As we finish on the bumper cars, we headed towards the Tower of Zoom.
Say hi, Mom. Bye, Mom. See you later.
My friend's daughter had left the ride briefly, so I rode it by myself for the first time.
April! Oh my God!
She came back, so we decided to ride it for a second time.
She's freaking out. I can tell she's freaking out. It's gonna click and you're gonna fall. You're gonna fall.
We headed towards the top, waiting for it to drop, and it never did. And we sat up there, wondering what was happening down below.
Oh my God. Three, two, one.
We waited. I told the little girl that everything would be fine. And we looked over the land, hoping we would come down gently. I guess the buttons weren't working.
Oh my god. Yeah, it's my mom and my friend's daughter. I'm filming! I don't know.
Finally, we were able to come down slowly. We were quite happy for that, to get back to the ground. The ride stayed closed for the rest of the day.
That's why I'm not. No. You wanted to go down? No, I don't want to go on there.
Yep. That was scary.
Leslie was pissed too. You're fine. Oh my god, April's gonna melt April. Floor's gonna melt.
We head quickly to the little train, the Orient Express, here since the opening of the park. July 6, 1916, a boat overturned and 2 people were drowned, a Denver girl and a convention visitor. W.B. Mills of 30 years and Miss Emma Dye of 19 years. Mr. Mills was a delegate for the Convention of Locomotive Firemen and Engineers of Denver. He became acquainted with Miss Dye of 3435 Adams Street. He was staying at the Pierce Hotel, and he had a wife in Iowa. Not much about these unfortunate souls is known. lost in the pages of history, except for Miss Emma Dye's address in the little Denver house where she lived. We will come to the end of the train ride and see the locomotive that used to run the train, named Puffing Billy. Also a locomotive named Whistling Tom. And now being pulled by a miniature California zephyr.
Have fun! Say hi, Mom!
In an online article about the lawsuits against the park, there were some hilarious comments. And we'll talk more about this story in a few minutes. One of the comments in the article states, "Never ridden the chipmunk without 73 bruises to prove it." I died once on the chipmunk and my mom told me to walk it off. And actually this little roller coaster, it's really fun.
Aurora, oh my god. God. Now, I'll get some pictures too. That would have been a good one.
This amazing carousel ride dates back to the 1908 opening of the park. Made up of used figures of other carousels, many of the animals bear the characteristics of famed woodcarver Charles I.D. Loof, a master blacksmith and wagon builder, 1852 to 1918, passed away at age 66 years old.
There you go. There's your.
We're gonna get some food after this, and then we'll go home. Oh my gosh. Right?
He
god. The spider. I'll throw her.
In 1911, a woman fell out and was scalped and mangled, possibly intentional, off the Derby roller coaster.
The old cyclone.
In 1915, also on the Derby roller
Ride
coaster,
this old roller coaster.
prior to the cyclone shown here, a man was thrown from the speeding train on the roller coaster
So much fun.
and mangled instantly, losing his life
So scary.
just before 11 o'clock.
Listen to me, I'm telling you right now. This thing was a blast.
As was written in an article from 1915, hurled to death on Park Coaster. 100 sea accidents on the Derby coaster at Lakeside Park. A man named Paul Settlemeyer, 22, died instantly and mangled just after 11 o'clock. Hundreds of people witnessed the accident, which occurred just at the close of the Great War spectacle on the lake, and within minutes, 10,000 patrons gathered in that section of the park, jamming the pathways and making removal of the body difficult from trestle work, whence it was lowered to the ground by a rope. Lakeside also had a speedway, which was closed years ago due to a mini stock car accident, taking the life of a 26-year-old woman. Sadly, the roller coaster is now closed, possibly indefinitely. A man seriously hurt his hand on the Cyclone roller coaster. The ride lasts 2 minutes. It is 2,800 feet long and has an 80-foot vertical drop at a 50-degree diagonal. A Florida truck driver rode the ride with hands in the air, as usual for meaning to ride the ride. After his fourth ride, his hand hit a wooden beam with force. At first he thought his wrist was sprained with a scalped layer of skin. He went to first aid to have the injury looked at. He was in a lot of pain, so he went to hospital to find a fracture, needing surgery. His hospital bills adding up to over $100,000. Litigation is ongoing. To also say his seatbelt was not fastened tightly enough, and he was able to come out of his seat and hit his hand. There is a sign stating to keep your hands in the roller coaster at all times. The ride passed inspection upon opening in the spring, now closed for the season due to this lawsuit. I will link below the article about this ongoing litigation. My favorite comment online is, why in the heck would you raise your arms on a ride at Lakeside? You gotta hold on for dear life at that place. Very true. And there is a sign stating to keep your hands in the car at all times. I would have loved to have ride the Cyclone one more time. I also would have loved to ride the Derby. That one looks exhilarating. Lakeside is open for business and summer is almost over. We were very happy we could once again enjoy the old-fashioned rides of this iconic amusement park. I'll link below the whole series I did about the beginning of amusement parks in Colorado at the haunted aquifer Sloan's Lake. Thank you for watching, our Rockstar friends. We are all stars, strong, brave, and courageous. As always, the story continues.
Oh, God.